Hello everyone and welcome to Plus Equal. Today I'm here to talk to you about grid and snap in Unity. Using a grid system in a game engine is pretty useful. So I have Unity open up right here and we will take an example. So I got a cube here, and if I want to duplicate this cube to the side, I can Control D. You see that I have another cube and I can push it aside, right? But imagine that this actually is like a fence. So I will scale this down. We'll delete this one and duplicate this one instead. So it's duplicated. I can move it here. And imagine that I want this vertex touching this vertex, right? I want to connect them. So it's very difficult for me to do it by hand. I will casually eyeball it because it won't be perfect, right? So what we can do, if I delete this, so I got my cube in 0, 0, 0, and I can see that my grid and snap is 1. If you hover your mouse over here, you get grid and snap and the value is 1. On the right side of this value is the visibility of the grid. So you can toggle this, the grid disappears. If this is on, the grid appears. Inside you can set the grid plane that you want to see. For example, this one will apply like this. If you put Z, it will apply like this, right? At the moment, I want this one. So it's the perpendicular plane for the Y-axis. You can set the opacity to be lower or higher to see the grid better, and you got another option here that we won't cover for now. Even more on the right side of this, you got the toggle grid snapping on and off, and inside you got some values as well. So I can toggle these on, and without doing anything else, I can just duplicate my cube, I can grab it, and I can push it to the right. And you see that we just copy the cube exactly one tile to the right. So they match exactly because the cube have a scale of 1, while my grid is also 1. Let's try this with another cube. So let me duplicate this one, push it back, and let's have it scale to 2 and 2. And now let's put this to 2 as well. Let's duplicate this cube again, and let's push it to the side. You can see it's perfectly aligned. They are touching these vertices because the scales are correct and the grid matches the scales. And this is quite useful. For example, if I was coming inside the materials, if I put this material here, for example, to white, I think there is a default one. And now I want these two objects to be duplicated. And then I want to push them to the side. You see that they will go a long way. This is not good, right? So let's fix this. I will set my grid to something smaller, like 0.5. This allows me to have more control. Usually I prefer lower values because they allow you this micro control if you need it. So what will happen is I will grab both copies, I'll push them to the right, I push them to the right again, and right now the black piece on the left is completely overlapping this white one. So if I push them here, you can see that they're completely overlapping. So I need to push it twice again to the right. 1, 2. And now we got like this pattern, right? So I can even grab these 4. I could have another techniques as group them, merge them, whatever. But for now, imagine that I just want to place cubes to give it a fence-like visual, right? I will duplicate them all again and I can start pushing them to the right. And you see that they fit perfectly between each other. For these cubes I think you need 0.5 values, and this right here is not a perfect situation because the pivot is in the middle. Usually you want these kind of objects to have like the pivot here in one of the bottom edges, so you can actually use the scale of 1 and they will follow along. Pivot on the middle sometimes gets you into trouble, but for now I think you get the idea of this basic snap. And don't forget that inside this you can also update the values. Like if I put 1 here, it will update to 1. I have the option of snap to grid inside this as well. I also have a snap for the rotation, for example. So if I only want, for example, 45 degrees in this object, if I update the value here, I can come to my object and rotate. So let's rotate it like this, 45, 90 degrees, all right? Back to the same rotation that he had. And this is pretty useful as well. So you can mess around with it. It's really simple. So guys, I think that's really it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are not a subscriber yet. I will see you guys in the next tutorial. Thank you a lot for watching. See you there.